Well, today is Drinking with Dawn, compliment to that Troy McDonald's. You know, we love that Troy McDonald's. They get a lot of PR. I am with the coolest chick in the universe right here, Annie Eads. Annie Eads, you are the coolest chick in the universe. Did you know that?
I did not. Thanks so much for that. Wow, that's big shoes to fill.
You are. We've known each other a long time, and now you're with Cedarhurst, and we couldn't be more happy about you being with us today on Drinking with Dawn.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. Anytime I get to spend time with you is great.
Oh, yeah. Even virtually, right? Even virtually.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, well, today we're going to talk about Cedarhurst. We're going to talk about Annie Eads. And Annie, just so you know, I didn't tell you this, there's a quiz at the end.
Oh boy. Okay, we got this.
I know, we got this. So, you know, one of the things that I always think about with assisted living is what characteristics am I looking for in my parent, my aunt, someone I'm caring for to know that it's time to transition to assisted living?
Sure. So there's a lot of different things you can look for. One is medication management. You know, are they messing up their medicines? Are they having falls? The UTIs, things like that, you know, their diet. All of those things are very, very important to a senior. A lot of people don't realize that assisted living and memory care is basically a senior apartment. That's why we're called senior living. So it's just transitioning from home to another home. It's their own apartment. It's their own things. They get to bring their belongings from home. So some of the other things to keep in mind is right now with COVID and the isolation and everything, you know, looking at, are they just staying in their kitchen and not eating right? Are they sitting in their chair 18 hours a day, sleeping all day because they don't have the motivation because card clubs aren't happening? You know, is there a little bit of depression? What's it been like for Thanksgiving for families? A lot of families didn't get together. You know, from Thanksgiving to Christmas. Is the diet changing? Is just the depression, things like that. And of course, you know, mobility is always important. Do they have stairs, their bedroom on the second floor, and they're trying to use a walker? You know, those safety concerns around the house are one of the main things that I always recommend to look for. That's why I offer home visits, because I can go in and point those things out gently and maybe open a loved one's eyes to that might be why mom had that fall, or rugs on the floor, things like that.
It's a tough decision for the family. It's tough for them. You know, I feel like over the years, assisted living situations have become so much better. In fact, one of our chamber members built the facility in Collinsville, Brasi Construction. And I remember doing the ribbon cutting there and thinking, wow, this is amazing. I mean, your location, your facility is, I mean, think about some people who might come from an older house and they have to have repairs done to complete maintenance free.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Our Collinsville building was actually our original Cedarhurst building, which is exciting. And it just had its 10-year anniversary last year. Yeah. So how exciting is that we've been around for 10 years. Collinsville is the original. You know, we have 13 locations in the Metro East now. So.
Wow. Well, it's, you know, I think sometimes assisted living might get a bad rap because, you know, 30 years ago, let's just look. I think nursing homes were the prevalent thing. You were at home or you're a nursing home. And I feel like this is the best of both worlds. You get medical care, you know, that you need if you need, or meds, you know, help with your medicine. You have someone cooking, and then you have this beautiful facility. And in non-COVID times, of course, you know, there's lots of activities. And I bet in non-COVID times, I know Annie Eads, and I bet she's been pretty darn creative in those activities, Annie Eads. What have you been doing?
So in our Edwardsville location, we're all memory care. So the way we're set up, I almost say we were set up for COVID because we're in different neighborhoods. So they're still able to come out and have their meals with their neighbors. They're still able to get out together and do their morning exercises. We are planning a huge Valentine's Day party. We're actually trying to put together a dance and everything for our residents. We hate that our families can't be here, but we are still maintaining all of that. We're still doing the music therapies. We're still doing some Zoom things. FaceTime and Zoom has become our number one, just like in a normal business. Our families are still getting to see them face to face like that. So our activities are still on point. couple months ago, I got together. I love baking with our residents. So we make chocolate lava cake and some homemade peanut butter and put it over it. I mean, we're still doing all those great things. Oh yeah, it's like a hot Reese in your mouth. It's amazing.
Might have to be a tester for that. Maybe I'll be your tester to make
I'm
sure.
happy to let you be a tester for it. Yeah,
And
no, we're still maintaining those things. We're still able to do, we have card club every day. So we have a lot of Uno players here that love Uno. So they're still able to get together
oh,
with their friends in small groups and play Uno or play Bunko or Bingo, or, we're still able to do those things. So the socialization is still there.
we family and I, we can't play Uno anymore because it gets too ugly. So
Mine too.
maybe I can come there and play because my family, I can't play with them. They get
I
crazy.
have sharks here. I'm not even kidding.
Oh my.
We have a few when they Uno, you know it across the building because they're yelling Uno and they're smacking that table.
I love it. I
It
love
would
it.
be
And
very much like playing at home. I'm telling you, Dawn.
well, the thing about it is I think of these seniors who are at home by themselves right now and who could be enjoying that time. And, so it's just something always for people to think about, but it could be maybe, would you agree, one of the hardest decisions a child would have to make?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's so many decisions that go into it. One, it's the family home. So not only is their parent or grandparent attached to it, but they have all those memories as well. What about Christmas? That's what I hear all the time. I may get a call in October that grandma or mom fell down, but we're going to wait until after Christmas. We want one more Christmas at home.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes that works, but sometimes it doesn't. If there's a
Mhm.
fall, there's a reason there's a fall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard all the way around. But I'll tell you that I've had a few. I had one lady, I'll never forget her. Her name was Sue. And she came to me and said, I put my kids through college and they all got a dorm. I'm living life like I'm going to college. I went all new furniture. I'm getting all new clothes. I'm going to party because we have
Aw.
happy hour quite a few times a week too. So,
No, I'm there for that.
because she didn't get that,
Yeah.
it's all
That's a
about the
great story.
attitude.
Yeah. Aw. What do you think's the biggest misconception about either of your facilities, but just general, what do you think are the biggest misconceptions?
So many people think we're a nursing home. That's really what it is. And unfortunately, nursing homes, you think of a nursing home and you think little bitty rooms, I'm sharing, I have two outfits, it smells like pee, you think dirty, you think death. I mean, that's what most people think. And we are so not that. They have their own apartments. It's senior living. And I met with a realtor and she told me it's like a cruise ship on land. She's like, you have activities, you have this, you have this. They have all of that, but they have their private apartment. They get to bring their furniture from home. That picture of their wedding day that's been over their couch for 30 years, bring that with them because this is just the next step in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you said, maintenance free living. They don't have to worry about, salting the driveway right now, or how am I going to get my mail or groceries. We take care of all of that for them. You don't have to cook. You don't have to clean. You don't have to do any of those things. I mean, just saying, sounds pretty good right now with a teenager at home.
I'm thinking it sounds really good with my husband downstairs. Absolutely. My goodness.
Yeah.
What about, like, okay, so let's say I'm ready to come talk to you. What do you guys handle as far as an assisted living? And then what do I have to do as, say, let's just say I'm the daughter.
Sure. So basically, the first thing I do is I ask everybody to come in and meet with me. It's so much easier to meet with somebody in person. I do a lot virtually still, but I want to sit down and I want you to tell me what you're facing. Tell me what changes is prompting, because you're not calling just because there was something that's making you call. So it's really you telling me the story, you telling me what's needed. Maybe mom's not showering, but maybe once a week, or she's afraid of the shower because she had a fall, or whatever it may be. I want to know those things that are going on. So when you come in, you're probably going to sit down and talk to me for a half hour, 45 minutes before we even walk around the community, because I really need to know what's going on, but also what's important to you. What are you looking for mom? Because if I know that, I'm going to custom tailor what we talk about and what I show you in the community. The same thing goes for the care plan once someone moves in. Everybody that lives with Cedarhurst, they have their own individualized care plan. So just because your neighbor's getting help with showering and dressing and, all of those activities of daily living, you may not need that. And that's okay because you get to age in place here. So I have several that they don't even walk with a walker. Everybody thinks when they walk in, they're going to see wheelchairs everywhere. I only have one wheelchair in my building. And that's okay if they're in a wheelchair because they get to age in place. Mm-hmm. So at home, it may not be safe, but here, if they need those assistive devices, we can do those things. We have therapy right here. Mm-hmm. So they can actually work on getting stronger and maybe getting rid of those devices at the same time. So yeah, it's all individualized. And that's what's so important. It's just like buying a home, you have what you have in mind, and then you go and you're like, oh, I don't like that actually. Or, oh my gosh, I didn't know I needed this. A walk-in closet with organizers. All right. So it's the same thing. So
often I think it's probably an upgrade to what they had, only because of the maintenance free and everything's brand new. That's right. The thing is, do we know what they're getting? But oh yeah, the facility is wonderful. So tell us where you're located in Collinsville.
So our Collinsville location is right on 159. They're on right there across from the VFW. Mm-hmm. So that's where Collinsville is. And then Edwardsville, we're right on Marine Road 143.
And I remember doing that ribbon cutting as well in that facility. Wow. Yep. Wow. Just, it was, I don't know how old it was when you guys got it. It wasn't that old because I remember when they built it, we did the ribbon cutting. So it's less than 20 years. But what a facility. And, there's such a need for that. And could you tell us just a little bit about that facility?
Yeah, so our Edwardsville location is specialized. We're all memory care. So everybody that lives here has some form of memory loss, whether it be Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, dementia. There's any type of memory loss we're able to accept here. So knowing that your loved one is going through that, there's different stages. There's the beginning to the end stage. There's the moderate, things that, maybe they need those extra little bit of help. But the good thing about Edwardsville is that everybody here is specialized in Alzheimer's and dementia. So we do continuous training. So every month we're doing updated training, updated techniques. Our programming here is specialized to the care type of anything to do with Alzheimer's, dementia, and Parkinson's. Wow. So if you check out our Facebook page, I just posted Emily with who is our speech therapist. She does music therapy. And our families love her. I say she even talks like a Disney princess. So her music and everything, it's just the joy of just the things that we're able to do to keep them active and keep their minds moving. Because when you don't use it, you lose it. And we don't want that at all for any of our residents within Cedarhurst as a whole. So
I saw where Tony Bennett, was diagnosed, and music, he can still belt. I mean, his voice is perfect. It sounds like it did 50 years ago, but even if he can't remember something else, he remembers a song. And
absolutely
a lot about music. Yeah.
Music is something that you don't lose. It may be a song from, the 40s. It may be something now. It's every one of our neighborhoods. We have 4 neighborhoods here, and they all have the Alexas, and we play music 24 hours a day. Mm-hmm. Because, I have a gentleman that lives here. He was on night shift. So his day starts at 11 p.m. and that's okay because they get to age in place, and that's part of his care plan. So he sleeps during the day and we do activities with him at night. So
that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a Lawrence Welk fan, and they took it off Channel 9. So I might have to figure out how to download them. I could come out and we could have Lawrence Welk night because I'm a huge Lawrence Welk fan. So going into our questions, because I said there'd be a little quiz at the end.
Okay.
They're really just fun questions. What song would you stay in the car to hear the entire rest of the song for, even if you were late for a meeting?
Ooh, I have a couple of those. Garth Brooks' Thunder Rolls and Reba Fancy.
Gotta have the third verse of Thunder Rolls.
Absolutely.
Fancy is amazing when she comes out in the red dress, right? Just amazing.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Nice. What teacher influenced you the most that you still use some piece of advice they gave you?
Oh, that would be my sixth grade teacher at Highland, Mrs. Wiegand. Unfortunately, she retired after our year. I can't imagine why. But she was so down to earth and old school. And I was really close with my grandpa. So she spoke the same way and things like that. One of the things that she told me is you have to make every day start with a smile. So every morning we would start with a joke, because if we had a rough morning with our parents yelling at us, if we started off the school day with a joke and a smile, it just made the day that much better.
Great advice. Great
Yeah,
advice.
I actually have a sign in my office that says one small positive thought in the morning can change your entire day. And I have that sign pointed at my desk because if I'm having a rough day, I just simply look up at that and I think of Miss Weekend.
I have change your attitude, change your underwear. What's that say about me? All right, one more question. I know you're going to know the answer to this one. Can
Uh-oh.
you name one Barry Manilow song?
Oh my gosh, I knew you were going to ask me that. And I was going to write them down and I didn't. But I know, I just failed your quiz.
Annie Eads, I'm gonna have to delete this recording. I can't believe it. Annie
I
Eads, come
know.
on.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
oh,
I
Annie.
failed.
Oh, you failed, Annie. Annie.
I'm going to
Oh,
Google it and then I'm going to call you and sing it to you.
it's been great knowing you, Annie. It's been really fun knowing you. I'm just not gonna
Oh,
move forward.
I failed.
I would like just to take a very brief moment to say I want to do a toast to Rita. Rita, she
Absolutely.
made a difference in both of our lives, and the word joy comes to me when I think of her. Just
Do you know that every year she had a theme word and joy was the word of her year?
I didn't know that.
Every year well, there was a theme word. So we actually had a sign made for her, a joy sign, and she kept it in her office. And
Oh,
I mean, I know you worked with Rita in the past, and
25 years I've known her.
yeah, Rita was actually my regional when I started with Cedarhurst and then became my executive director. So I got to work with her day in and day out. And I mean, to know Rita is a blessing.
Yeah, I'm gonna cry right now.
I
Um,
know.
but thank you, Annie Eads. Even though, well, I can't even talk to you anymore about that. But you were a fantastic interview today, and of course, I'm just kidding. I have an iPod that has 212 Barry Manilow songs on it. My husband says if I lose it or someone steals it, they're going to bring it back. So I'm afraid that you're going to have to listen to 212 Barry Manilow songs. I'm just saying.
I'll take on that challenge.
On behalf of Drinking with Dawn, thank you, Annie Eads, for spending some time with me today. And I will have all of your information for both Cedarhurst locations with this recording when we share it.
Thank you so much, Dawn, and thank you for all you do for the community.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your day and take care of yourself.
Bye.